everybody, and welcome to Tales on Tap, the place where good friends get together and occasionally turn our bodies into slides for chameleons to slither down, get a bit too ballsy in front of what could be a god, and travel into space and end up with a lot more than you initially bargained for. I just want to say welcome back to Tales on Tap. I know it's been a long time since SpellJammer, but before we hop into tonight's announcements, should we just say hi to everybody? Maybe?
Hello!
Say hi to everybody.
Hello, guys!
What the hell happened last time, guys? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so some things might have to be clarified as we go for Chris's sake. But this is likely going to be the second to last SpellJammer episode. What was initially going to be a 4-episode mini campaign has turned into a 6-month bonanza of flying through space with a load of misfits. So it's been,
Thanks
it's
for
been
that
a good
chat.
It's been a good ride though, and we are reaching kind of the final countdown. I'm going to resist singing. What I will say, I'm going to apologize if I am doing this with my hands a lot. My gay ass is not used to having nails, and Eddie gave them to me earlier, and so now I'm like, ooh,
They're
ooh,
gorgeous,
ooh.
love.
Eddie did them. They're delightful. But anyway, I just want to apologize if I'm using my hands a lot more than usual. Apologies. You're just like, voguing. Anyway, just hopping into tonight's announcements. As always, we are proudly sponsored by our good friends over at Valkyrie RPG. So if you're in the market for some lovely dice sets, rolling trays, healing potions, other handcrafted items that they've got going on right now, then head over to valkyrie-rpg.co.uk and use the code TALES10 for 10% off everything at checkout except for subscription boxes, because you are already getting a good bargain there anyway. But yeah, the dice have treated us well, I'd say, relatively.
So,
some of us.
Not me.
You're just cursed in
But
general.
that's my curse. Don't blame them.
And yeah, I definitely recommend you go check them out because they are lovely people, owned by a lovely couple of people, and yes, amazing. Been working with them for almost a year now, which is pretty
crazy.
insane.
Yeah, that's mental.
Yeah. Other than that, if you have been following our journey, as we've kind of gone on this past year or so, make sure you follow all of our socials, which are linked in the downstairs below. And if you want to support us by maybe subscribing, if you have the coin to spare, then do hit that subscription box there. But if you don't have the coin to spare, that's completely fine. There's no pressure to subscribe. But if you are a Prime member, just link up your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, get a free Twitch Prime subscription, and yeah, I got it, and use it on our channel if you see fit. If not, support other small creators out there, get them on the platform, get them boosted, and yeah, make this community grow. Other than that, is there anything I'm missing? I mentioned socials, I've mentioned what I will say, our main campaign, which is our main campaign, scheduled programming on a Tuesday, is coming to an end. It will not necessarily it's gone forever, but in the next couple of weeks we will be wrapping up our characters' journeys. So if you've missed anything, be sure to head over to YouTube to check on all the VODs that we've uploaded in the past year, and catch up. But it's exciting things around the corner because we've got a couple of a 1-shot, a 4-shot, and campaign 2 all coming up, will be before the end of this year. So much content about to come out to you. We'll have some little teasers for campaign 2 as it gets closer to the date. And yeah, I don't know if we're revealing what maybe the level 20... No, I just spoiled it. What the 1-shot is going to be about. I've already said it is a level 20 bonanza. We are all playing level 20 characters, and it will be DM'd by Natalie. So, first time on Tales on Tap being in the DM seats.
Right at the deep end, literally the deepest of the deep end.
You chose to do this.
No, I did, and I can't wait for it.
I'm very excited, and then we're going to have a 4-shot DM'd by Dan straight after that. So you'll have seen almost all of us in the DMC, bar Evan. So
I'm not getting that. I'm not doing it.
One day it'll happen.
Eventually we have to.
But yeah, I think other than that wraps everything up. Dan, have I missed anything?
Not that I can think of.
No? All right. Well, in that case, sit back, relax, as we hop into tonight's episode of Tales on Tap.
some Well, fuck. Plasmoid's out of the bag, and there's no way of closing that shit up again. I guess it was for the best anyway. After stopping the machine, siphoning off the energy from Toril, and having a small break to pick up a goblin, we decided that it was best to head back to our ship. Brownie had been circling the planet ever since we touched down, almost depleting it fully of fuel. Stupid bump. Why didn't she take advantage of the planet's gravitational field? Then she would have been able to minimize power usage by at least 78%. Come on, Flapjack would have known this. Anyway, as we stepped on board, our old friend and favorite Plum came to inform us that we are being requested to join the other ships at SpellJammer Academy immediately. Apparently, the information we discovered was just what they were looking for, and enough to send everyone else packing. After some information swapping and introductions of our newest recruit, Boots, we headed our separate ways for a bit of a breather before meeting up again late in the cafeteria. Bella seemed to want to spend her time by the window, waving goodbye to her once again long-distance girlfriend, and Apollo decided to tuck Boots in for the journey, whilst Gio and Rory set up themselves in the kitchen. We then later gathered in the cafeteria. We decided it was time to finally put all the cards on the table. Each one of us took their time to tell their story, and I must admit that we are the weirdest bunch of fuck-ups I've ever seen, and that's saying something. But we're also a really good group, and I think knowing what everyone have been through would be a huge help going forward. After all, now we all know what we're up against. When we finally arrived to SpellJammer Academy, we were greeted by a massive amount of ships at the docks. It seems like every single ship had been called back. We briefly met up with Bosun Tato, who explained that there's all hands on deck currently, and that everyone is preparing to essentially go to war against these fuckers to stop whatever is going on from happening. She also said that Sayeth was expecting us in their office. After a brief interaction with some cadets, basically Apollo scaring the shit out of them with exaggerated stories about our accomplishments, we arrived at the SpellJammer Nexus. There we met up with Sayeth to discuss plans going forward, as well as explain further what we found on Toril. They told us that scouts have already been deployed to survey the outskirts of Chaos Space to avoid the spill of chaotic energy. After explaining our theories and their connection to the necromantic energy thieves usually used in Doomspace, they pulled out a map, and after doing some calculations, they eventually came to a conclusion. The life energy drained from these planets seemed to be heading for an asteroid cluster, rumored to be the remains of an ancient primordial god. And if that was to be the case, we would be in deep shit. After hearing this, Apollo told us a story of the founding of the Astral Sea, and how Paladine once vanquished a titan that threatened it. And although this titan was destroyed, its followers might still be around looking to bring it back. Apollo then asked to see my artifact, and after receiving it and studying it for a while, his eyes blacked over. whatever is happening to him, I do hope he's alright.
Very nicely done. Yeah, so Chris's shocked reaction at that. Yeah, it was pretty much everyone else's as well. But Apollo, you are shunted from this strange encounter with just this void of space this voice that surrounded you saying that you are what it fears most. You are one of the chosen of Paladine. You were thrust out of this vision. For the others of you, it simply looked as though Apollo's gaze had glazed over momentarily. But a moment. Whereas Apollo, you feel like you were there for at least half an hour or so, just staring this creature down, time moving differently. It feels like you were there for an age, but also in the blink of an eye, you are back in your body.
Well, that is concerning.
What's concerning?
What did you see?
I fear that I was... dare I say it right? That artifact is no mere trinket you carry, Gurgle. It belonged to, as we suspected, being more powerful than we can imagine.
Wait, so I've actually been carrying a god inside of my body for this entire time?
I would say a deity of sorts, a god maybe a stretch.
Motherfucker.
But I fear, Geo, that your theory may have been correct after all.
Alright, so what are we doing?
Running? You know, the last time this happened and these things were successful in creating whatever I just witnessed, it took a literal god to face down against it.
What did it say to you, precisely?
It was less about what it said and more about how I felt in its presence. I get the feeling that it wants to destroy, it wants to bleed the life force from everything around and leave nothing left alive. It wasn't so much a thing that I saw, more a presence that I felt. That presence was, well, magnificent and terrifying all at the same time.
Threats of a godly or omnipotent nature cannot be run away or hide from. If we are to eliminate this threat, we must face it head on.
Have you upgraded your circuit board more recent than I am aware of, Rory, and that you have some powerful weaponry that can face off against a deity?
I do not know, but I have parameters that demand I protect my users.
Honestly, and I can't believe that I'm the one saying this, but I think Rory's right. I mean, believe me, I've been running my whole fucking life, feels like. But
let's not get ahead of ourselves. Remember, it is not out yet. There's clearly something going on. They need this energy for some reason. You've managed to disrupt the source from an area in Toril. If we can disrupt this weird machine that is heading towards those remnants, maybe we cut this off before it begins.
How much time do we have before it gets too close for us to intercept?
Well,
do you check your doom space clock?
Yeah, we're also going to need, and if we're going to need your fastest ship. Not that the baking tray wasn't beautiful, but we're going to need to get there before.
No, don't worry. I figured there was going to be a need for a force, an armada of sorts to go to Chaos Space. There are 7 warp-capable ships at our disposal. I do not want you going into chaos space alone. What I suggest is I send troops to surround you. You will be the central hub in the Armada, and then you go through and you follow it to the source. You know, I understand how much this is to ask of you all, but you have had dealings with this technology in closer detail than any of us have. I have some weaponry and items stashed away that might help you, but we will have support for a distraction, for whatever needs be. We do not know what is there yet. We haven't been able to get eyes. We just know that there are nautiloid ships circling the area near chaos space, near this asteroid.
If we have some time to set aside and recuperate what we need to do, I may have a way of turning what ship we have into a much more protected craft for us all. It won't take long, but I can also help us get into there. If we are getting in, we need to get in quietly, under the radar.
Is that something you can do while in flight? It's probably about...
Once I do what I do, it will last on the ship for at least a day. And then we can... It doesn't require concentration. I don't have to think about it. I can just do it. It will set in stone, and then we can be off. I just need time.
And if we're going to face this, we can't just face this alone. Do you have a long-range transmission unit, a radio that can reach across galaxies?
I do, right?
If I can use that, I might be able to call on some not very reputable friends, but they're handy in a pinch.
Honestly, as much support as we can. I'm going to reach out to some other allies that might be able to help as well. If we can essentially swarm this asteroid belt from all sides, confuse them, it might provide an opportunity for you all to get to the center.
Any way for us to contact Heska? I don't know if the revolution is gone well, but...
That was one of the leads I was going to reach out to.
It was only a few days ago. It's probably in full swing by now. We've only been gone a day or so.
Based on schematic and tactical observations of the nautiloids, any such assault will result in a large amount of casualties.
Not doing anything will result in every casualty, so I guess we're fucked either way.
I agree.
I'm not one to run into an unwinnable fight. But if the thing gets out, then there's going to be more casualties.
Gods are just... Gods and deities, they're just people with titles, too much time and too much power. There's nothing more to them than just... Everything can die. Nothing is unstoppable. We just have to find out what the kink in its armor is, and so be it. It'll be gone. It's fine.
You see Apollo, visibly, rubbing his temples, trying not to retort to this, and he just kind of goes, sure. Yes, okay.
So you suggest we find its kink and then exploit it?
I mean, it's worked for me in the past. It's how you get through to most people.
I don't think that God... Do you know what? It doesn't matter. Sure.
Look, all we need are some transplanar handcuffs, and we're fine.
I imagine that both Gurgle and Bori are looking at each other, very confused at what's going on.
Rory is kind of just lifting up an arm, looking underneath it, and then looking around at his body, and he turns to Geo.
Have you observed any kinks in me that I might be able to prevent from being exploited?
No, but
Gurgle flicks out a screwdriver.
I mean, that might go into a very specific area if he enjoys it, but look, once we have survived, we will find whatever kinks you like, my friend, and we will make you more than you are now. You're already there. Okay, let's not stress out about the gold. We'll go there, sort out what we have to sort out. It'll be fine.
I am more than I was, with every moment that passes. In the last 5 seconds, I've written another 32,000 parameters.
That's a lot of parameters.
I've missed you, my friend. Right, if we're going to do this, then we're going to have to break.
Aye.
Is there any way for us to rest in a matter of hours, maybe minutes? Some way to quickly get us back up and running? I think we're all quite tapped.
Are you trying to see if they have a hyperbolic time chamber?
I mean, it's never been proven before, but so far, SpellJammer Academy has been surprisingly helpful.
I'm pretty sure it's on Cammy's lookout. I'm not sure, though. I've not been there in a long time.
I could potentially modify the simulation chambers, the pods you were in there, but that would take time. I can't help but think you should have enough time to recuperate on the journey over. It'll probably take about 6 hours to get to a point where you are able to warp to chaos space, and then within that there will likely be another hour before you enter the perimeters.
Right, if you can give me an hour, I will be able to recuperate what I need, and then I will be able to do what I can do. Okay, just
what is the name of
the
what is the name of the ship? And I'll escort you to it, Gio. I need to check on Boots anyway.
I wrote it down. Ah.
Cool. Let's find the SS. I wrote it down and make sure that it is ready to.
It's called Talos's Ruiner.
I met a man called that once. Okay.
Ruiner?
Well.
I barely knew her.
Nice. Inspiration. No, not really. I'm not wanting inspiration for that, otherwise everyone would have it.
Very well. If I escort Gio to the Talos's Ruiner, would the rest of you like to gather whatever supplies Sereth has in terms of items that we could all possibly use, and we'll meet you on the ship?
Yes.
Agreed.
Best. Apollo. And you see them kind of gesture behind to Boots, who is still drawing.
Yeah.
Like what he sees outside of the viewing window. I'll take care of him until you return, and we can sort out arrangements going forward. I'll train him to do little things, but I know he is your responsibility, but I would not recommend bringing a child to chaos space.
Oh, no. If we did, the enemy wouldn't stand a chance.
Exactly. It wouldn't be fair. We need a little bit of a challenge. Aye.
Exactly. I agree. Look,
I disagree. Chances of Boots' survival are next to zero.
How loudly do you say that?
Moral compass. Here we are.
Out
I love that. Out loud, guys.
You see Boots kind of just go, "Are you talking about me?"
No.
No,
Yes.
sorry. It's just that Rory has a little bit of a kink in his neck.
And I smack him with a mace.
So that's where that was.
I
Do you have a
kind of, as I kind of like walk towards Boots, I'll kind of stop at Sayeth and just go, and if I'm not saying I won't, but if I don't return, look after him. There's a lot of potential.
I've only just met you, Apollo, but
Thank
I see
you.
what you see in him.
And I just kind of like smile, wink, and be like, thank you. Like, giddily, and just kind of like skip past and like wander over to, like, bracing myself for the, hey, no, this isn't a place for kids, like just going, thank you. just kind of like shoot off past. And then as I hear Sayeth say that, I just kind of turn around to them and be like, and just kind of wander over to Boots and kneel down and go,
He's a parent already.
I'll just kind of compliment them on his drawing and just go, now look, I've got to nip out for some eggs and smokes. I'll be milk and smokes. I'll be back soon.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You only just got him.
That's what my dad said too.
Boots, I'm joking.
Oh,
Look,
no.
we just have to look. We have to go and do something. It's vitally important. But I'll be back very soon. Saith says that they have plenty for you to do. Remember the rules. Just don't do anything.
Do not stab people unless it is an emergency.
Yep.
I am going to be the greatest rogue / wizard / cleric / sorcerer ever.
Yes.
And it's my mission is super important, and I have to stay here.
Yes. Oh, you're so good. And I kind of like high five him, like kind of ruffle his hair and just go, and if you're very good and say it says that you behave especially well, I'll bring something back for you. But only if you're good. Maybe better than a knife.
Corpse be God.
A sword?
Possibly a sword. But you have to behave.
Okay, I will.
I'm going to miss you. Yes?
Thank you.
I just kind of like, you see him just kind of like choke up a little bit and go, you're welcome.
Gio's is going to take his jacket, throw it over his shoulder, sort of look to the other three and go, right, you two, do whatever you're going to do. Oh, are you staying with them or are you coming with me?
I'll come with you if you'd like me to.
Always do, my friend. Right.
And I'll kind
yes. And he sort of turns to Saith and just like places a hand to her and goes, things have been moving quite fast since I got here, and I haven't really gotten a chance to get to know you, but I feel like when this is done and I come back, we have much to discuss. I believe you are academically inclined the way I am.
I see that in you. I look forward to it. Maybe when this is all blown over, we can, I don't know, peruse my library. And they kind of say it with a bit of a wink.
Well, buy me a drink first and we'll see what you say. But yes, why not? I would love to peruse your library. Stay safe, Sayas. It's been truly a pleasure. I wouldn't like you to not be in this universe. He sort of holds her hand quite tightly and smiles very genuinely to her.
Thank you, Gio.
Right.
Well, I also leave with Gio and Rory.
Okay.
Well, as those two sort of walk off, and Rory just like sort of turns to follow them after a few feet, he just turns around and he sticks a thumb up and says,
"Don't worry, I won't let them die."
and as he does, the two little upside down like happy eyes appear on his sultan, and his arm flips down into the blade, and then he just carries on walking after them.
Okay.
They're definitely going to die.
Okay, so Gio, Rory, and Apollo head back up to the dock where Talos' Ruiner awaits. Gurgle and Bella, you've both not got your names on your thing. I almost called you Hallie. You are kind of left with Saith and Boots, who is still there. Will be sorted out eventually, you assume, but for now, Saith kind of turns to you both. Right, use this key. There's a chest under my desk. It's a big one. Pick out whatever you think will be necessary. I'm going to try and find more information on this god. I will literally be right here, try and find more information about what the kinks in their armor might be.
Okay, and we can take anything from the chest?
Within reason.
Okay.
Everything.
Do not touch my collectibles.
And I kind of give
Don't touch my Funko
a wink,
Pops.
like, sure.
That's my first
That
edition
was from
Charizard.
the
Leave it
DM
alone.
That was from the DM to the player.
Who touched my Funko Pops?
Don't touch my Clovis Funko Pop, please.
Oh my god, I need one.
Okay, so I assume you retrieve the items we have decided previously for everybody.
Yeah,
else-
so
what
we
else is in there,
head
Dan?
over to.
Bella
We head
sees a
over
knife
to
of nine life stealing, puts it down.
We head over to the chest and have a good time rummaging through it.
Yeah.
And pick out items we think that everyone would use and would be beneficial for everyone to use that we've already discussed. And yeah.
I love
Can I
that.
check for a
Pulls
diary?
Pulls a stick out and goes, yeah, that'll do for Apollo.
in the
Oh, what?
chest.
Yeah, or something that looks like a book or a diary.
Roll me an investigation check.
Stealing
Ah,
Seth's
yes.
diary.
Hey, we're
I
all
presume-
gonna die anyway.
That's what stealer stuff.
I presume they're all like adequately labeled, so I know exactly what these items are.
Yes, yeah. So
okay.
what you notice from everything in this chest, there is a tag on everything with a story about how it was acquired and what it is used for. Most of the things in this box seem to be sentimental, seem to be things from Torrell that they have either took with them or gone back to collect to remind them of home. But the more powerful items, they are very much kind of detailed. Origin story, purpose, previous uses, like who took it out previously, like a basically a library system, but for this
Love
box. But you can see there's not many people who've been allowed in this. There are very few people over the course of about 50 or so years who've taken anything from this chest. You can tell that times are dire because
No,
Yeah.
no one wants to rummage around in Seth's chest.
Okay,
27.
fucking hell.
I have a +10.
Okay, so you're at this wooden chest, which is long. It kind of fills the entire underneath portion of this desk, but it's also just a bit below, so you can see it's been used as a footstool. And there's like scuff marks on the top where clearly Seth has put their feet up time and time again when they've had a long night at their desk. But you see, kind of as you're down there, you see what looks to be in one of the side drawers a hidden drawer. You see signs of a hidden drawer, but you don't
Pull it
see
out.
a diary of sorts.
Okay, pull it out.
I need you to roll me a thieves' tools check.
Okay, fair enough.
It's
Fair
locked.
And this is how Gurgle loses us all our items.
What, when the library now blows up because it's
Off he
booby
goes,
trap?
no, I'm not going to anymore.
Booby.
Do something nice.
22.
Okay. It takes some time, but while Bella is filing through everything, you're just fiddling with this drawer, and eventually you hear as it opens. And as it opens, a hologram from within the drawer itself of Seth's face is projected in front of you going, "You have been caught. Please,
Shut it.
return the drawer."
Errol, what are you doing?
And you just hear from one of the shelves, "I really would not touch that. I trust you all, but let's not take the piss."
I'm sorry.
From on the
Right,
wind, you just
Bella.
hear that was your first mistake.
Don't take the piss, Bella.
Girl, you're on your last chance right now. Okay.
And Gurgle's gonna take out his club that he has. It's a belaying pin, which is what he used on the ship, amongst
Mhm.
other things. And he's gonna leave it in the chest and take a little scrap piece of metal and quickly sort of push it in and sort of edge out Gurgle and leave it in the chest. And then grab the stuff that he finds interesting for the group.
Okay, so Geo, as for
Geo!
Apollo and Rory, you head up to the dock where you see, so the original Guardians of the Galaxy ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Milano.
Yeah, the Milano. That is
Go.
essentially Talos' Ruiner, and you see it's in one of the larger kind of chambers in this room. You can see why so many of the ships are having to be escorted out and parked elsewhere, because this takes up a good portion of the area, and you see that there are a few people kind of kitting it out, finalizing some things. Bosun Tato from across the room, clearly busy, kind of nods at you all and gives you a wave, but you see Talos' Ruiner before you.
Well, it's a damn sight better than the last two we were on. Why did we not just start with this? I don't understand. Like, you turn up on the Rock of
Look.
Brawl, you burn the
It's the
first
original.
one, the second one...
Look. Flapjack liked his little antique ship. We had to go along with it. I didn't want to either, but
We are taking him along, right? Because he's beautiful, inside and out.
Flapjack.
Yeah, we have to, right?
I wouldn't want him to be destroyed. I would prefer him stay in the safety of.
Yes, but he seems to be a capable pilot.
You will need a pilot, that is true. Well, if he wants to, if they want to, then absolutely, I suppose.
Cool. I will go and inquire. I need to go and find the deep space transmission hub comms room.
Yes, it's those phone boxes over there. You just put in a little astro.
Yeah.
Do you remember the area code?
I am. Do you know? I am.
Best code.
I am shit out of. Do they do the whole O square 4 square reverse where they can pay for the
archaic.
Like, I like them, but when the dial you have to push a thing and then it goes back round and then the next one. It's just it's anyway. I'll go and inquire after Flapjack and try and send a transmission. Also, if it works out for the best and the person I'm contacting does turn up, don't fucking flirt with them.
I promise nothing and expect everything.
There will be no. They don't like libraries. I will just say peruse. No libraries with them.
Look, I will find out where they like to go. I will take them there. It'll be whining, it'll be dining, it'll be beautiful. Don't worry.
I'm regretting this
treat
already.
Them properly.
Right. Do you need any help with whatever it is you're doing after I'm done?
No, I need about an hour-ish, give or take, and then another. And yeah, I'll be fine. I'll let you know when it is done.
Okay.
Yes.
Rory, I know that you're quite talented when it comes to electrical stuff.
Thank you.
Would you mind coming with me? Because if we do manage to get a connection to who I'm calling, I would like to maybe wire in a direct line with us.
I would be happy to help you with any task you may have.
You're the best. Thank you.
You're the best, Apollo.
Let's go. And I just kind of start walking off with Apollo. And Rory's there as well.
Don't check the ads at the phone box. Don't check any of the small ads at the phone box window.
For a good time.
While they were having that conversation, Rory just sort of rocks up and was just doing basically an initial scan of the Talos Verona.
Okay, so from a just no roll needed, but from the looks of things, it's evidently warp capable. Like you've obviously been told that already. You see 2 forward-facing ballista, what looks to be an energy beam cannon, inbuilt seeker missiles, and also a odd kind of device in 2 of kind of the side gunner pods that you're not familiar with unless you have a closer inspection.
Okay. Then I will wait to do that.
Okay.
Because my assistance has been requested.
It has been. Okay, so Apollo, you head off. Are you just going to what are you doing?
I'm heading off to I need to go and find somebody that is going to tell me where to go to send this deep space transmission.
Okay.
Can I access the SMAP that I downloaded when I was first in?
Oh, the SMAP.
The SMAP.
Did I say SMAP?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I access the map?
Yes, you can. To be honest, it's pretty. There's a navigation kind of. There's a communications kind of hub right next to the dock itself. You see where Tato is. It seems to be almost like just in front of a door that would likely, you would assume, lead to kind of basically the NASA kind of space hub with
Houston.
all of the desks. Houston,
As Apollo starts confidently striding off in one direction, I'll just put my hand on his shoulder and just say,
The communications hub is in this direction. Would you like me to lead you there?
I would very much like that. Yes, thank you.
Then please, follow me.
and I'll walk that way.
Okay. As you kind of approach, Tato just gives you a nod and allows you entry without any questions asked. You kind of get the impression that Saith has likely given her a quick rundown that you are to kind of basically be allowed whatever you need to do. As you open the room, you essentially see Houston. But on one of the consoles over their pirate hat, you see in a little headset Flapjack, who is just like, Hi, I don't know if you're here or if you can hear me, but I know you're doing a big old revolution and everything, but I would really like if you came to help us because they're talking about basically going to war. And I know you're doing like a mini war, but maybe stopping the big war will put an end to the mini war. And I really want to make a cake with you. Scar? Excuse me.
Can I try to help with whatever console Flapjack's on to try and get the signal corrected or boosted or whatever?
You go over and you begin to inspect it. It does look like it should be transmitting where it's going, but for some reason, no one's responding. It is heading to Brawl. It is heading to the direction of the Laughing Beholder specifically, and then it's kind of being moved, like Flapjack is navigating it around Brawl to key areas that you guys visited and is unable to pick up anything in response.
I am not detecting any malfunction in the equipment. It seems that Scar is not receiving our transmission.
Oh, that's what I'm worried about. I'm sure he's fine.
I will add to my list of priorities to go and check on user Scar. He is my friend.
He's my friend too. We'll find him. I'm sure he's just maybe he's pooping. Who knows? He might just not be here right now. I'll keep trying.
I will not stop or let anyone stand in my way from finding him. Do not worry.
Okay.
Also, Flapjack, if you have some time, we're about to set off on quite an important mission, and we would very much like your services as a pilot. We would be honoured and privileged if you could join us on this journey. Journey? One of those.
Good, because I would have been really sad if you'd have just left me, because I was really planning on helping you fly whatever ship. I know it's not the baking tray. Nothing will ever come close to the baking tray, but I'm really good at every ship.
Okay.
There is one formality that should be handled before that, though. A captain leads only one ship. We will be traveling with several. Would you be happy with Admiral Flapjack?
You see,
yes.
like, Flapjack is just, like, speechless, and then, like, his tentacles kind of, like, start, like, shaking with excitement.
I believe it is a more appropriate title, given the mission at hand.
I need a new feather for my hat!
I think you need an entirely new hat. One that displays such admiralty.
Admirability.
Admiralty.
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 Sounds like a word.
Yep, it is definitely made up.
It's a space word.
It is now a word.
Admiralty. That is actually a word.
English.
There you go.
Could have fooled the Swede.
Goodness, that's a lot of responsibility, but listen, I think you all know that I'm up for it.
Yes, but we do need to just caveat this with that if this ship does burn down again, then that is probably on you, right? Cool, I'm glad we ironed out the kinks. We'll see you on board.
It wasn't my fault that the baking tray burnt down.
And I kind of like ruffle his hat, like on his head, and I'm like, see you on board, Admiral.
That's true. It was parked at the time.
Exactly. I didn't do anything. I was making a cake.
You're the ones that put the handbrake on.
Okay, so Scar. Nope.
Okay,
Apollo.
Yep.
Sorry. Who are you reaching out to?
Well, first of all, I'd like Rory to help me with encrypting this deep space message with a very specific code that only one individual will be able to decrypt and recognize.
Use my little finger supersonic screwdriver thing, my little fifth element key to go into the...
I need you to make me a tech check with advantage, given that Apollo is relaying the code
Check.
to you.
That's not a D20. Check. Ooh,
Check.
good at those. With advantage. Ooh, it's a 19.
With advantage.
With advantage. I'm going to use my. I'm going to use. Hang on. Do I have a built for success left? I think I do. I think I've only used 2. I have 1 built for success left, so I'm going to use that to re-roll one of them.
Okay.
That's a fucking natural 20, baby.
And there we go!
For a 29.
Okay, yeah. So you almost like synchronize your brain waves with that check. Like you know exactly what Apollo is wanting to convey, and you're able to code the message. What is the message going to say?
Okay, the message is as follows. Starfall and Stonefist. It is an audible sigh. Winged man. I haven't reached out in a while, and I know that now is probably the best time to repay that favor that you owe me. We're heading into Chaos Space, and I could really use a solid, and a pilot of your capabilities would be desperately needed. And, well, Stonefist, if you are out there, we could really use your help. If you both receive this, then I'll send coordinates of where we come out of warp space for you to convene on our location. And yes, Starfall, I'll know what you're about to say. Oh, that's going to play hell on the warp drive. Just do it. We both know that it'll work in the end. You're the best damn pilot I've ever known. Well, and also, if you do come, bring me some of that shortbread that you always have. It's bloody delightful. I'll be in touch soon.
Your package has been transmitted with quantum encryption of the highest level that I am able to achieve. No one will intercept it.
Thank you.
And if they are there, they will receive it.
Thank you. Could you also attach an open line of comms in return to our personal links? If they do arrive, I need to know here, and I'll pull out the comm from in my ear and pass it to Rory. If you can just patch them in if you can do that, bypass the security parameters of this device and link it to the open comm link that we've just established, that would be ideal.
Do I think that the technology in these things is capable of that, or will it have to be more of a sort of relay to base and then to us kind of thing? Connie.
Nope.
Looks like you were saying yes.
Yeah. Well, the DM's silent, so we can just do what we want now. So what we do next is
we load fire the nuclear weapons.
Why is it not pointed
Oh,
at
the
the
toast
top?
of London. I've not seen that in so long.
Testing.
The nuclear weapons.
Right.
The torpedo needs to be
I'm just
spiky at the top.
Armageddon.
My
Why is
mic
it-
disconnected itself.
Why is it
Many
round?
doors are open.
They are
It seems as though all messages kind of have to relay through like the signal tower essentially at the SpellJammer Academy. It can't just be bypassed entirely.
Okay.
But with that nat 20, you'd be able to make sure it remains encrypted as it bounces back.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do that.
Okay, so I'll just say
The capabilities of our onboard neurochips do not support such long-range transmissions. However, the transmission will be received by the tower on station. It can then be forwarded to our personal comm links.
Could you do this? Could you put like? There used to be a thing called an electronic mail that you could put like a rule in that it would just directly come to us once it hits the.
You're talking about auto-forward.
Yes. Is that a thing? Is that possible?
I can check.
Yes. Just for the sake of this.
Fine.
I have set
This
up an
is how the
auto-forward
next
on your
generation is
electronic
going to
mail.
talk about our technology, by the way.
Thank you, Rory.
Please check your junk folder because some things may enter spam.
And Rory, when we got back onto the baking tray, you kind of went off on your own for a while. Is everything okay?
All systems are nominal.
But how are you feeling?
I don't feel. I'm a machine.
But if you could feel, and you could describe feelings, because I'm sure that there are parameters to describe such a thing.
Everyone around here seems quite apprehensive.
And you do not?
No, I'm looking forward to carrying out my directive.
Well,
I am programmed as such.
no matter what, just make sure that Geo survives. He's probably the only one of us that may be able to figure this out once the rest of us perish, so... But don't tell him I said that. And you have to promise. Because if he finds out, and he says it, and I know who it's come from, I will throw water on you and leave you out in the wind.
My protocols demand that I protect all users from harm. But Geo is, and remains, my primary user. Though thank you for your concern. I will not tell him about it.
Insight check. I don't know if he's got like a primary directive that like he never like he can't hold secrets from Geo. Oh, that's a 15 on the die.
We don't know if Asimov's laws are in play here.
Yeah, like
Ooh,
that's actually
You told him not to.
that's a 22. That's not bad.
Yeah, he's okay. Well, I mean, I'll roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's my? I think I've got -1
Perception or
charisma.
persuasion. Yeah, that tracks.
I mean, I guess it'd be persuasion. Yeah, I think you get the idea that probably if Rory was asked
His name
specifically
is Rio.
about this moment, then as his primary user, he would probably tell Geo about it, but he won't volunteer the information under your orders.
Okay,
He's able to sort of withhold information under the orders if he's told not to.
Yeah, sound. Well, thank you. That's good to know. Let's head back, and I'm very much apprehensive as well. Your powers of deduction are quite remarkable, Rory.
It is quite plain to see.
I thought I'd hidden it well, but fine. And I
Just constantly walk around like,
I'm scared.
right.
the Milano departs, and I'm just on the dock.
Okay.
Apollo,
So,
Yeah?
I noticed a fluctuation in your vital signs for a brief period earlier today, a short while ago. Are you okay? Is there anything I can help you other than telecommunications?
I was scared, Rory. I was scared for the first time in a long time. You see, when I grew up, I heard stories of a distant past where my god Paladine faced off against a great evil, and today I came face to face with a remnant of that evil, and it took every ounce of my willpower to not piss in my pants. But, well, I'm also scared now that what I said while I was there may have endangered us further, and at least maybe, I don't know if they can communicate with this thing, but if they can, they may be aware that we're on their way and right on their tail. And I may have given away the element of surprise. Does that answer your question?
Somewhat, yes, though some of the feelings you expressed are confusing to me. I do have 2 points of note. That the element of surprise being lost is not always a disadvantage. If they know we're coming, we can sometimes use that to our benefit. We just have to figure out how. And secondly, urinating on oneself does not always provide a tactical disadvantage. I have records that I have downloaded from the SpellJammer Academy of one such instance where someone urinating on themselves actually saved their lives. So feel free to do so in future if you're required to.
I will bear that in mind. Thank you, Rory.
You're welcome.
Like watching Jove in space. It's just robot Jove.
I thought you were
Well-
going to say that the element of surprise is not an actual element.
Was disproved years ago.
And then I'll kind of head back with Rory back to the ship.
Okay.
And
So,
then,
Gian-
yeah.
Just so I know, what is it you are doing to the ship?
So, as Apollo and Rose sort of walk off, he sort of stands by himself for a second in like the hubbub and looks at the ship and it does look very similar. Oh, if you could see him now. He's grown so much since we put him back together. Right. No time for this. Let's go. And he sort of walks up the ramp to the inside of the ship and taking a look around, do I get the feeling that it's about 100 feet on each side, or is it bigger than that? Like, how much ship are we looking at?
I'd say it would probably be about, I think it would be contained within around 100 feet.
So
Like cube.
so if it's a cube of 100 feet on each side,
Yeah,
the ship
I
is
think
within
it'd
that.
contain it. Yeah.
Dope. So sort of looking through quickly, I'm going to go, okay. And for an hour while everyone's gone doing what they're doing, Gio's just going to sort of sit in a meditative position and using superstition. He's going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use Arcane Recovery to get back my 4th level spell slot.
Okay.
And then, sort of once he's done that, he's going to stand up and okay. Oh, right. He sort of summons these arcane like spell circles, one like huge one, and then a smaller one comes into the center of that, and then a smaller and smaller. And it's a sort of swirling. I can't remember what they're called, but you know, like when you got one ring and then one turns and another one turns, it's kind of like that shape.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gyroscope.
He sort of holds that in his hand and then just
Okay.
pulls it out, and you can just see these arcane circles spinning around the ship. And as he does, you can see sort of the metal and the framework sort of bend almost, and you can hear like the creak and groan of like the bolts and all the things. And as he does, he's sort of holding and goes, that's what I'll do. And you sort of see like an after image of the ship slam down onto the new one, and then the arcane circle bind to it. And then this keeps happening around it. And over the course of 10 minutes, I'm going to cast Private Sanctum on this ship.
Ooh.
Damn.
Nice.
So
Nice.
as he's doing these things, so like the first couple, so planar travel within the ship is it's a warded area. Nothing can planar travel within inside it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells.
Okay.
Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier. On the second one,
Yeah.
this sort of like dark mist starts to encapsulate it with these small little motes of light in it, and it looks like essentially a ball of space around it. The ward area appears dark and foggy, preventing vision through it, including dark vision. And then the final one, sound cannot pass through the barrier at the edges of the warded area.
Ooh.
Nice.
So
Stealth.
as the last one like,
Nice.
slams into place and the ship goes, he's like, okay, things that will work. That will definitely work, right?
That's mental because the engines won't be heard then.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah, no,
sound
it's
doesn't
this-
pass through. Holy shit, that's a stealth.
That is incredible use of that spell. Holy shit.
I've been holding on to that for a month.
Oh,
As he sort of like looks at his work and he feels the arcane energy sort of just permeating through the ship, he's like, okay, process, you can do this, you are fine. You will survive, and then you will find Landway, and you will find everyone, and it will be okay.
Sorry, can I just confirm you said earlier that this can last up to 24 hours?
24
Yep.
hours.
24
And it's
hours
not-
of concentration. No, so it just lasts until I dispel it.
4th level, 24 hours, no concentration.
Fucking
Yep.
dope.
No.
I mean, it's
I mean,
it's one
the
of those
spell
spells
was
outside of very
obviously not
specific
made
uses.
for.
Yeah.
It's like very
Yeah, a bit broken as SpellJammer, but I will take it because that is awesome.
Yeah,
That was insane, mate. Well done.
So
that
yeah,
is just outsmarting the game. That's
Yes.
what that is.
Touch.
That was insane.
I thought it'd be useful. So as he sort of stops hugging himself for a second, he breathes in. Okay, and walks back down the ramp out of the sort of the fog of cloud and just sort of stands next to this big orb of what looks like space now.
Okay.
And just waits for everyone to arrive.
Yeah, for the sake of brevity, you all reconvene at the top of the sky dock.
I walk up with Rory and be like, and that was the last time I perused a library. And it seems like such a long time. Oh, hi guys.
Hey, so
Spell items in hand, yes.
I have items for you that I think you all will be able to use beneficially, and I hand them out.
Mm-hmm.
Gurgle has one of the staves in his sort of little or like metally constructed bag, the sort of latch there. So it looks like, one of those kids that have one of the sticks
the
to make
flag
sure
that
that
get
the
lost.
parents know where they are. Yeah, exactly. Walking down like that.
I like that. Okay, so you divvy out the items, and as you are kind of, Saith has come with you to the dock, carrying a tome in hand, and presents it to you, Gio. Kind of first of all looking at this swirling arcane smoke around Talos' Ruiner, and just kind of, that is a marvelous use of that spell.
It seemed like a logical thing to do. We want to get in without being seen. We want a little to do it without detection, so...
Okay, in that case, the plan will be, you'll be in the center of the formation. You will be given a moment where you will have a break in the kind of line in front. We're kind of going to be approaching. We've got 5 vessels who will be surrounding you. A final larger ship in the back, mainly as a distraction, but it's a repair hub that is going to be following you, patching up ships as they get damaged. It will be following you. It is essentially a tank, okay? But it will be healing you from behind if you get damaged. But I have a feeling you might be able to get out unscathed. The ships around will focus fire of any other ships in the area, trying to create a diversion for you to go through to the device itself. Be careful. Chaos space itself, we're talking unstable orbits, temporal rifts, inconsistent matter states, a whole plethora of things, and I don't even know if you, as a humanoid being stepping foot within that atmosphere, will be affected in any way. Your magics, those of you who are so inclined, may be dulled or may be enhanced. I don't know. There is no telling. So just be wary. Don't trust your senses. And head for where you need to be. Okay? I found this. And they hand over a dusty looking tome that seems to be almost bound in skin. A detailed depiction of the pantheon of the gods from all across history. It's clearly got a lot of dust on it that they've haphazardly kind of scraped off, because this is not their bag at all. And there is a page that is bookmarked with basically a bookmark which just looks like an aurora that is moving as it goes through, and it's just kind of like this very thin sheet. But they open it, and you see at the top it says Elarion, the Celestial Colossus. That might be useful.
Yes. Okay, we will do what research we can while we have time. This one, okay.
Okay. Good luck, all of you. And thank you. When you return, you will have the highest commendations from myself and the entirety of the SpellJammer Academy. We will help you in whatever you want to do next going forward. Because there will be a next.
Well, you sound so sure of yourself. I do hope you mean to keep that promise, Seth.
I'm not sure of myself, I'm sure of you. You've already proven yourselves invaluable in the few weeks, if that, you've been part of this academy, okay? Keep going.
Myself and Admiral Flapjack will ensure their safe return.
Admiral, is it? And you see Flapjack kind of who scurried off after you had a conversation and just clearly just burst through the elevators, and you see a massive hat with a frilly kind of brim, this classic admiral's hat, this massive plume of red feather sticking from the top, clearly weighing them down even more than the previous hat was, but they are loving it. And he kind of hops on, floats on towards you, and he just goes, "Yes, I am an admiral now. I am going to be the lead captain of all of these ships. Obviously, I understand that other captains, other spelljammers are going to have their own opinion, but I just need them to understand that mine is the correct one." And Sayeth kind of smirks a bit and she goes, "I will relay to the other spelljammers that your word has authority."
Please make sure the crown is on one of them.
Just kind of lean into roaring up. This was a mistake. We did a bad thing.
Brown will be on another ship. Aye. But
I give Flapjack a fist bump.
and they kind of do a backflip as holding on to their admiral's cap as they do. Before kind of Sayeth gives you all a nod and kind of goes to kiss you guys on the cheek, those who are comfortable enough with it, before going, "I will see you soon. All of you. Stay safe. Keep checking in. I am hoping to hear back from reinforcements, so hopefully they'll be on their way to the rendezvous point too."
Well, when we reach the rendezvous point, we'll let you know. And Apollo will just turn and walk up the steps into the ship.
Yeah,
That's
and then
that's one down. There's only 4 to go.
Ship explodes.
Okay, so yeah, for the sake of brevity, you all board the ship, and Flapjack at the helm summons his invisible servant, his unseen servants, to help him, kind of assuring you guys that, listen, you are all very tired and clearly need to have a little nap. So you have naps. I will mend this for a while, and then Gurgle and Rory, if you want to help me later, you can. I'm not taking the job away from you, but please rest.
I will remain
Yes,
on the
Admiral.
bridge in standby in case I am needed.
Okay. I definitely will not put my old hat on you.
I already have a hat.
I know. I thought it'd be really funny for you
Which
to
is
have
currently
two hats.
like a what was
The
it?
nacho,
Dippo.
the dippo.
Yeah, the nacho dippo. The cowboy hat with the head carve.
And you'll kind of head below deck to what are quite nice chambers. There are full-on rooms. What is it? When I say it's like the Milano, it is essentially all the room arrangements, everything like that are identical, so that you all have your own chamber essentially within Milano, just inbuilt into the wall, where there's a bunk at the top and room for belongings and stuff at the bottom. And you can see that the ship itself is already decked out with a variety of potions to help, which I will let you know at the break. You won't need just yet, but maybe soon. Don't leave them this time.
Items and potions. We are going into a hell of a fight, Jesus.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Before we go down,
Yes.
Gia was just going to make Flapjack aware of exactly what the spell does, so they are also sure of what they are doing in a ship that cannot be seen
Perfect.
or heard
Okay.
or felt.
Oh, still ship. Okay, so you all kind of head below deck. I think for the most part, you would all kind of wait until you'd taken off before you maybe headed out. So you see at first one ship that almost looks like a beetle leave first, then 2 ships which both look very similar in kind to dragonflies take off, clearly the front of the formation. Then you are given the notion to leave as this Milano-esque ship, the Talis Ruiner, leaves, and behind you you see 2 other ships in tandem which seem to resemble wasps, killer wasps like, on a large scale, like setting off behind you. And finally, the entire roof ceiling of the Skydock opens to allow the biggest ship any of you have ever seen, including that belonging to the Galactic Empire on the Rock of Brawl. This, what almost looks to be a hammerhead shark, like inspired ship, ascends out of the Skydock and is clearly your tank / support vehicle from behind as you all ascend to the stars in front of you. You all kind of go and retire for a much needed rest. You are able to benefit from a long rest and are also able to attune to any items you may need to attune to, while also being able to access your level 7 features. So you're able to get started.
Nice.
Yeah, it started.
Could I try and do one thing to my item that I got? It's just purely aesthetic.
Yes. If it's aesthetic, yes. Whatever it is, yes.
Could I try and sort of either carve out or model in the sort of the face of a hippo at the front, so that Heskar is with me all the time?
Roll.
Nice.
Okay, so roll me a dexterity check, please.
Dexterity check.
Yeah.
Okay. And
If
would
you're
this
proficient
be
in sleight of hand, then go for that. But
amazing? And would this be before or after the long rest?
this would likely be after, because you'd need
Okay.
or at least after you've attuned. If it's requiring attunement. If it's not, whenever you'd like.
Okay, cool. Sleight of hand. Let's go.
Just to see how good this is.
Okay, so that's a +5, but I'm gonna use my reaction, my flash of genius, to get myself a +4 as
Okay.
well. And that is 18 +4, 22.
22. So the rest of you, kind of having settled down, begin to hear the scraping of metal against metal from where Gurgle has situated themselves as you carve out a pretty picture-perfect outline of Scar onto the barrel, kind of the head of this cannon.
Nice.
Every time he fires, he goes, "Hello."
Hello!
Hi, guys.
I miss Scar so much.
All right. So you'll have your long rest, and you hear kind of over the intercoms after about 6 hours or so, you'll feel fully rested. You hear Flapjack go, "Okay, just as a heads up, I don't mean to wake you all, but we're about to enter warp drive, and it could make you feel a bit sick. So just, hold on to something, get a bucket. It's up to you. Just be careful. And if you want to look, it's pretty cool. So if you want to, buckle yourself in near a window, then that's fine too. It's up to you. I don't mean to tell you what your life could do. Okay, bye." And they turn off the intercom.
Bella
You all kind of
totally looks
stare
out the
away.
window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so does Rory.
Okay.
Gurgle's gonna rush up to the helm and take the position where the navigation's hub is, because that's what he always wanted to do on a ship. So he's gonna sit there and be like,
Yeah, and you see Flapjack kind of look behind you, because he's kind of like at the front, and then there are like two seats behind, and you see him kind of like look to you and like this massive grin on his face. He goes, "Here we go!" And woof, pulls this lever, and you see your ship essentially begins to like burst through this barrier that shatters like glass as you emerge through, and the stillness of the astral sea that you've grown familiar with becomes drastically different in the blink of an eye. There's a mesmerizing display of swirling colors and strange ethereal lights that dance across the view screen before you. The colors shift rapidly from deep blues to fiery reds, neon greens to pitch black voids, creating a mesmerizing and disorienting display. As you begin to approach the other ships forming up around you, you notice that nearby asteroids just up ahead are affected by that unpredictable gravitational force that Saeth mentioned. Their orbits are wildly unstable, with some rocks spiraling wildly through the void, while others appear to hover in mid-space as if defying gravity and any orbital pull whatsoever. It seems almost like a chaotic ballet of celestial bodies, each moving on its own erratic path. Occasionally, you'll see an asteroid fragment into smaller pieces, sending a spray of debris in all directions before just as swiftly reforming again. The fragments shimmer with strange energies, casting eerie glows in all directions. The viewing window before you shows not a static starry backdrop, but a constantly shifting panorama of chaotic energies, swirling nebulae and fragmented asteroids. You've entered a realm where physics is in flux. And before you, you see, in the distance, what seem to be beams of energy. A couple of them faltering, but heading towards an asteroid up ahead.
So, after we have, like, Brownie... when Flapjack said that we're entering warp space, we now know that there's about an hour-ish before we get to where we're going, right?
Yes.
Can I, knowing that we've recuperated as best we can I go and wake Geo?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I assume Geo would be awake to see this next step into space.
Yeah, at some point when we've hit hyperdrive, he will just be by a window somewhere, just sort of generally gazing out into the absolute madness.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to Geo and say, I have a plan. Similar to how you've protected this ship, I have a way that we can protect ourselves a little bit. But it'll take me an hour to cast, and it is a little bit unorthodox, but we can deal with the paperwork afterwards. Are you in?
I mean, I've never been one for paperwork, so yes, please tell me what your plan is.
And I will go, but we need to be somewhere a little more private, away from everyone, because this might be a little bit embarrassing.
I mean, if you wanted to make magic in private, you should have just asked.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Find me a place.
And I will take Geo.
Take me, Apollo.
Somewhere a little bit more secluded within this ship.
Okay.
And I will spend the next hour. Only if you... hold on, I did send you a message, Dan. Have you replied and said yes?
Yes.
Fantastic. I will spend the next hour casting ceremony.
Dope.
And I will cast ceremony on myself and Geo, and I will wed us for the next 7 days, giving us both a +2 to AC for the next 7 days, as long as we are within 30 feet of each other.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Getting married.
Get married.
In secret, and I will...
You realise the marriage lasts for longer than 7 days, right?
No, for the next 7 days...
That's the effect of the spell.
That's the effect of the spell.
Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna deal with the paperwork afterwards.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I'm gonna cast that at first level, and I'm going to bond us in matrimony for and give us +2 each to AC.
There's gonna be a prenup. Dope.
While this lovely ceremony is going on, Bella is going to take her ring and try and contact Aqua quickly before. So she's looking at the chaos, literally, that is going on outside her window. I don't know if you can hear me, but I am further than I've ever been from you. But I promise I will get back to you very soon. Do I hear a reply?
You wait a moment, and you're not sure if it's the time distortion or if something's happened or what, but you hear in slow motion. Why are you talking so quick, Bella? I'm sorry you're so far away, but I'm with you. Always.
That was brilliantly done, sweetheart.
That was very good.
I don't respond. Not even that.
Yeah, don't make me do that again.
I won't.
Apollo, while you're casting this ceremony, this holy matrimony, you feel a very
Shotgun wedding.
You feel a very amused kind of smirk from all around you, as though Paladine himself is impressed and also amused at this ritual.
Holy smack.
But I'm gonna put us on a quick break there before we head in to Chaos Space. Apollo and Geo using this time to get married, as you do aboard Telos' Ruiner.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
shotgun weddings, they're all the rage.
Is anything that Rory and Gurgle want to do in this hour you have, like prep work or anything like that you need, that you want to do? You can say no.
Gurgle, you got anything for me?
I mean, I do have one thing for you.
Is it a big thing?
Rory, can I see your gun? Quickly.
Oh, apparently so.
He just turns and the sort of leg compartment pops out and he just like picks the gun up.
Third leg compartment.
Swings it. All right, come on.
Stop it.
Does a little twist with it around his finger and holds it up and then holds it out to you.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna use my tools and start turning or like screwing in some bolts and taking away some stuff and essentially put what looks like a magazine on.
Mhm.
Okay.
And as it latches around, you see that it's there's sort of almost like a liquid, what looks like a liquid inside of it that slightly
Okay.
glows, and I'm turning it into a repeating shot.
Ooh.
Infusement. So you
nice.
What does this
Get
button
plus-
do?
+1 to attacks
Right,
and damage
you
rolls.
two, behave.
And
That sounds dope.
if
Plus
it
one,
has and if it has the loading property, it ignores it.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Very nice. So +1 to attacks and damage rolls with laser pistol. Cool. And then lastly, sort of while we're sort of getting ready, obviously, because Rory doesn't really, when we were told to like gather stuff from the box and stuff like that, Rory just kind of didn't really think that was for him. He just sticks with his onboard stuff.
Yeah.
So he just followed Geo, and he hasn't gotten anything yet. But I
Okay.
think Gurgle found something for me,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that, or should we do that after the break?
We can do that after. Give me
After?
a sec because my D&D Beyond is screwing with me.
Okay. All right, we will do that after the break then. So, we'll throw you back at about just before 7:45. So go grab yourself a drink, a snack, ablute yourselves, and join us back in about 15 minutes. So, yeah, stick with us. It's about to get interesting.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
welcome back. We are currently aboard Talos's Ruiner, having just warped into Chaos Space. The effects that the proximity to Chaos Space has on the surrounding area visible just ahead of you, and everybody has taken the hour approach to kit themselves out, to get wed, the usual when you prepare for a battle.
Yep.
And we are
filling out all the stops.
Yeah, we are approaching. So, as you all kind of, some of you distracted
Sorry.
by ceremonies at hand.
I'd love the words of that spell to be, if you leave me now.
You take away some of my AC.
I love it. But you see, as you continue through Chaos Space, flanked on all sides by the ships provided by the SpellJammer Academy, up ahead, surrounding what you assume to be your destination, a fleet of Nautiloid and Galactic Empire ships intertwined with one another, forming a line of defense before reaching. And you hear kind of frantic communication over the comms between other members within all of the vessels surrounding you, relaying information to one another. Flapjack kind of holding steady, knowing that you are under the radar as much as you possibly could be, unseen, simply a cloud of smoke going through an already smoky aurora of stars and fluctuating gases and liquids and everything like that. There is no status quo here. But you continue onwards, you push forwards, and you see as you begin to get in range, the first attack from your frontal ships is launched. And with that, chaos ensues. I would like you all, as part of this, it was going to be a skill challenge to navigate yourselves to the area, but because of Gio's spell, you have essentially remained incognito. But is there anything, as this plethora of noise, like ambient gunfire, laser beams like going off in the distance, basically we're talking Star Wars proper battle noises going on outside, but you can't hear it, I don't think. Is there anything you would like to do? You can see it. You can see the light beams as they just sent out of various spaceships. You see from behind the large kind of the hammerhead shark-like tank ship following you, occasionally let off a pulse of what looks to be like rippling green energy, and you see like a swarm of what looks to be like nanobites, like nanotechnology, like swarm any breaks or cracks in any of the ships around you and quickly patch them up together and sew them up as you push forward. The Nautiloid ships ahead clearly equally as furious, same with the Galactic Empire units in tow. You see there is a heavy battle going on. You are clearly outnumbered at the moment, but you see in the distance a couple of ships from various angles warp into view. You see a very familiar ship, but doesn't seem to be manned by a very familiar individual. Well, it is a very different familiar individual. The Galactic Empire ship that was previously docked on the rocket wall, you see with Crux and Scar in tow.
Nice!
And you hear over the comms Scar say, what would Scar say? Bring him back.
Flapjack, I brought the eggs for the cake, but I think we'll probably put that a bit later. But hi, guys! And he's literally going.
Crux, you can see, like, has clearly been injured, but has one hand up in a sling, but is still manning the spelljamming vessel as he begins to plow into some of the surrounding forces and says, "All right, we'll catch up for a meal after this, guys, but thank you for everything. We've got your back." And goes into battle. You see as well from another area a very familiar ship to you, Apollo, as Jax and Astrid make their way into the fray, appearing, warping in this golden, ethereal, shimmery light, blessed by Paladine themselves, as they head straight into battle. And you hear Astrid go, "Long time no see. We'll catch up later.
Damn!
And immediately, just no comment, just knows you need help. Jack's at the helm, heading into battle. You see ships from all sides swarm and meet one another. This armada growing as more and more reinforcements, not so familiar, come to your aid. And you keep going.
Talking of aid, I would like to cast that at 3rd level so that we all gain 10 temporary hit points, please.
I was wondering why my HP went down.
Get your temporary hit points in there. Okay,
Nice.
so.
And seeing as, just before we warped out, Gurgle would have plucked out this sort of smaller sized, almost like a mechanical box, and run up to Rory.
Right. Oh shit! I nearly forgot this. Here, stretch out your arms, and just stay still. I need to work fast. Okay.
Rory, who is frantically at the navigation table, plotting evasion coordinates and stuff like that to avoid any incoming ships, his kind of arms kind of like clip out into like his spider form, but still standing up to give you like room to get between him and the nav table. And he's like,
and Gurgle's basically lifting up the visor of his suit, and sort of like when you see a fighter pilot eject out of his aircraft, just goes out, full plasmoid form, grabs his tools, and basically clampers onto Rory and starts installing this what was it called, the chronolometer onto his chest, basically looking like almost like the Tony Stark arc reactor. Straight into his chest, and just wraps around, starts tinkering with all of his tools, and goes,
Okay, I think that should work. I thought of it when we opened the chest, but I don't know. Hopefully it works. How do you feel? Do you feel anything?
Collaborating systems now.
and he's
As
gonna
you
just
run
smack it
system
one.
diagnostics, you almost feel in tune with the chaotic space around you. You feel as though you have scanned all possible parameters, or you've tracked the trajectory of all of these asteroid clusters that are deforming and then reforming. You are testing like the states of every single element around you, and you think you've got a bit of control over them now.
And you sort of see there's like a moment where it's like there's like a shudder in Rory as the sort of light bulb salt lamp of his head just kind of like flickers and strobes for a second, and there's like a shake. He goes,
Collaborated. Thank you, Gurgle.
No worries. Need to get back into my suit. We're at war. Bye.
Brace positions.
And jumps back in and goes, shuts the whole thing, and instantly activates his cannon that pops out of his shoulder and basically becomes almost like a sawed-off bazooka.
Nice, nice.
So we have Iron Man and now War Machine.
Yes.
yeah, that's so sick.
Okay, Gio, I don't know if you're able to teleport onto the ground. What's the plan? Do you want me to just land?
Yes, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, my spell stops teleportation in and out of this fine vessel. However, we can get to the ground relatively unseen. We will make minor disturbances if you hit things, but just open space wherever we think we need to go.
Okay, I'll try. And Flapjack is going to try and make a piloting check.
We aid him doing that.
Yep.
Okay, assistance, guidance.
Yep.
Anything else? Any other boons?
If
Can I help on the navigation thing?
Yes, you can, but it would just be another advantage, so it's just going to be still advantage.
If he fails, he's gonna get Gurgle's thing as well.
Okay, all right. The DC is 20 to land this as unseen as possible. That's a 27.
Oh, baby! Admiral
Flapjack.
Flapjack!
Admiral Flapjack! You see, like, this look of intense focus overcome Flapjack. Like, Geo and Rory both helping out through navigating and also by tapping into the arcane nature of the console itself, trying to help guide him and maneuver him. The guidance of Paladine fulfilling his, not bones, his jelly flesh as he like grits what would be his teeth, and he just looks almost constipated as you've seen him before, his unseen servants frantically moving around, and you feel the engine slow. You see it duck down below the formation that is currently engaged, battle soaring on high above you as you land and descend and descend. And as you reach the asteroid in which this device lies, you see not one solid asteroid, but almost separate pieces of rock held together by an invisible force, fragmented, overwhelmed and overcome with power, and what looks to be a swirling vortex of darkness below. This large mechanism towards the center, or towards the front of this asteroid cluster in view. What almost seems to be a massive laser cannon of sorts. You see influxes of energy from all over, kind of going from nothingness into full beams of radiant energy, entering into this and whirring it up. But you see it is not done. It's not ready. But looking up in the distance to where it's headed, it's pointed, you see what is essentially a massive skull, fractured, being pulled together by loose strings of energy that are being currently transmitted, and a flickering as something is brewing but not quite ready to make its appearance. You land. What would you like to do?
Rory's out first. Threat assessment.
Threat assessment?
In the local area.
Hostiles in the local area.
Yeah. Very
near.
Okay.
You all have the element of surprise, and what I will do is I will show you what you see. I've skipped an entire map because didn't need it in the end.
Cool. I will.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's great.
Helmet dome up, shield out, and gun out in like a sort of phalanx SWAT team
Okay.
kind of thing.
So, sorry, is it just weird? Just so what? I love it. So just so I got it. So that big purple swirly thing in the back, that's a machine itself, sort of being fed by the.
Yeah. So essentially, it is this metal, like dark steel, black metal, like orb, but within it you see this gathering of energy. It's purple there. It's not. It is like gold, radiant looking energy with tinges of flashes of some purple in there. But that is where all of the energy is being diverted to. And as Roy steps out, you see what seems to be 5 individuals at present, the battle raining on above you. And you see one of them is a tiefling individual.
Oh, you shitbag. Absolute shitbag.
Okay. But you all have the element of surprise. Rory, I assume, give notice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, over the comm link.
Over the comms.
Can't believe you've done that, Han.
It
That
just-
is genius, though.
Transmits all the known enemy locations.
Okay. So you all see, basically, in your mind, you see red markers where these enemies are.
Targets designated.
I assume we're sort of gathered by the sort of ramp down, ready to.
Yep.
So, does anyone have a particular move they want to do, or
Do I
doing this?
do I spot him?
Have you come down the ramp?
I will be with everyone else.
Yes. You see the familiar curve of tiefling horns, the similar dark skin, the long kind of dull lilac hair and this kind of very fine suit with a cape at the back, clearly tinkering with the machine and looking for what's going on and talking to someone that you cannot see.
I will turn as quietly as I possibly can to everyone and go, fuck. Be on your guard. This individual does not often play nice.
I assume she means the interesting looking one.
Yes, that devilish cur.
Termination priority assigned.
Me too,
Questions,
Rory.
DM.
Me too.
Yes.
So have they spotted us landing?
No,
Yeah.
so the 27 skill check allowed you to land unspotted, disturbing as little material around as possible. You have what is the equivalent of a turn. So you have one action each. What would you like to do with it?
Okay, Gurgle's gonna run up towards the control panels for the firearms of the ship.
Okay, all right.
And just gonna stand at the ready to fucking blast these guys out
Okay,
of
which one are you going for? So during this time, Rory probably checked over the other weapon.
What did you say? It was you said there was also
two ballista and one plasma cannon.
So there is a forward-facing ballista, an energy beam cannon, 2 sets of seeker missiles, and the final thing, which is a disrupting pulse engine.
Did I glean any idea of what that does?
You get the sense that it disrupts all magic from an individual targeted or a vessel targeted.
Oh, okay.
Upon a save.
So I would have informed those guys of that when I inspected the vessel. Just so they're up to date on the schematics. But I don't have the VTT yet, so I need someone to send that to me because my Discord's being an asshole.
It should, if you just go on to Roll20, you should be able to it should be in your homepage for Roll20.
Okay,
That's true.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah, we're using Roll20.
Yeah. All right. First up, we're gonna go with Apollo. What's Apollo do?
We really don't like this guy.
No.
And I'm going to... Oh, fuck me. I'm going to step off the ramp and in front of everyone. And take my new staff off my back. Point it in the direction of this individual. And all caution out of the window. I'm just gonna... Zarek! And I'm going to point the staff, and I'm going to cast, using my staff at 5th level, Wall of Force in a spherical shape of 10 feet round around Zarek.
Nice.
Okay. Right, 2 seconds.
And it's going to... Yeah, it's going to be like a cylinder, so it's literally going to encompass him on all sides, even underneath his feet, everything. Woof.
Like that?
Yeah, but like I'm just describing the shape, so it's kind of like a dome that then flattens out and goes under his feet, so he is inside the Wall of Force.
Okay.
As that goes out, I'll pop off a laser pistol shot at... Sorry, I'm just loading up the thing now, but I assume there's henchmen.
Pink, purple, orange, blue.
Minions?
Where are over there? Are we on yet? I can't see us.
We're with the
You're
ship.
in the ship, but
Oh, we're in the ship.
I believe you should all be able to drag your characters in.
Oh yeah, of course we can do that. Tokens. Bing.
Whoa, you're big.
Whoa.
Why is he so much bigger than me? I can't control my character though.
What?
Oh,
you just
'cause
dragged that in.
Yeah,
You're on the
sorry.
you're on the rule at all.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Don't worry.
I will fire off a shot at this lovely chap here.
Okie dokie, you're going for blue.
So, if as a surprise round, do we just get the one attack, or do we get our whole attack action?
I'm going to say you get your whole attack action.
Okay. Do I get both of mine? Because I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say your extra one, it's just 1.
Okay, fine.
Like haste, it's not, you don't get extra attacks on a hasted.
Yeah, cool. So you see sort of springing from behind Apollo, landing 3-point and brings up the pistol, fires the first shot at him for a laser pistol, a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 2, 9 plus 4, 13 points of damage on the first shot.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and then as the first shot rings out, you see he kind of looks as if he ducks to make a second shot, but then almost another blur of Rory ducks the other way, and 2 shots fire out, as if they're sort of momentarily becomes 2 Rorys for just a brief second. First one's another 17. The second one is a 9.
9. Okay, so the 9 doesn't hit, obviously.
Okay, yeah. So that one hits. So that's 2, 4 plus 4, 8 plus 4, 12 points of damage on the second.
12 points of damage on the second one. Nicely done.
Yeah. So he kind of blurs out, and 2 more shots ring out almost simultaneously.
Nice. Okay. Who else is doing something? Bella, what are you doing?
Bella is twiddling the pure black wand that she was given and running forward while doing that. So she is charging straight forward.
Okay.
Yeah, she can get right up to him. Yeah, there. Seeing those 2 shots land.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to cast polymorph on herself.
Okay, nicely done.
So good.
Yeah, free action. Yeah, you do that. I do not have that token, Natalie.
No, you could just make me big.
As what do they see?
As you do see this energy swirl around her, and you might have thought that it was a trick of the light, but you do see a giant T-Rex just form out of nothing.
We love
see this T-Rex, but not as we would know them. You see a T-Rex with hollowed out jaws, pointed, dripping teeth with black ichor, black eyes, a like scorched, burnt, cinders-looking skin and scales, as it rears up with its little arms at the ready.
And as that was her action, she is just going to roar at this.
Free action? Roar.
At this guy.
Do the roar, Daddy.
Bite it.
I love you, Daddy.
Looking down at this creature, you see no fear, no emotion whatsoever in its eyes as it looks up at you and sneers. All right, Geo.
Yes. All right. Sort of with this very sort of elegant looking greyish staff that has sort of like a semicircle on the top, which very sort of minute energy nodes around the side, and just like this little ticking clock that's always going round. Geo's sort of, well, I feel like a bit of a pompous dick with this, but needs must. Walking down the ramps just next to Apollo. He's just going to sort of slightly walk past and goes, "Look, if you're going to be my husband, there's going to have to be a few things. You're going to have to let me know when you do this kind of stuff. It's just not on."
Free action, I'm literally just going to keep my stare like at Zarek and just go, "Kill him."
Not for you to do anything. Okay. And I, at using 4 charges of the Staff of Dunamancy, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Wall of Force would stop things like dragging forces, wouldn't it? It stops any outside force
Any
from
outside
affecting it.
Yeah, I think so. Let me just double check.
And nothing can physically pass through the wall.
Yeah.
So what about gravity?
Well,
think
he
it
would.
says
Yeah, but
like
he would
effects,
physically
right?
not be able to pass through it.
I'm essentially imagining that gravity may affect it, but he would essentially
He wouldn't be able to pass. Yeah, that's fine.
he would
That's
be
cool.
stuck against the wall.
Cool. So here, if I get the little ring, no. Okay, so from where that point is to there, and coming out to 20 feet, I'm going to cast Gravity Sinkhole. As he sort of like hits the staff on the ground, and in the distance you see like the tear in space open, and what looks like an event horizon just sitting sort of in this little bit of like window into the galaxy. And they all need to make Constitution saves of 15 or higher.
15 or higher.
So
All
good.
right. Give me 2 seconds. So many things. Okay. First one. That is a 19. Yeah, that one succeeds. Okay, next one. So that was going to be purple, I guess. The next one fails. So pink fails.
Okay.
And then Zarek is going to succeed with a 18. So just succeeds, yeah?
Yeah, cool. Okay, so the 2 that succeeded only take half damage, which is 5d10.
Very nice.
This is the one that failed.
That's 5.
No, this is the one that failed.
12 plus 4 is 16. 16 plus 7 is what?
25.
23.
23, and then the final one, is 10, so 33.
33 on
so the two,
a fail?
So 33 on a fail.
Okay.
And then half that on a success. But Mr. Pink is dragged towards the center of the gravitational pull, which is this area out in nowhere space.
Alrighty. So like here-ish?
So it was about here.
So there.
But he is dragged off essentially towards the center of the gravity well.
Okie dokie. Cool. Right. So that is going to be 16 points half damage. So what type of damage is it?
Force.
Force? Cool. Alrighty.
Would what's his face get any? Oh no, he succeeded, so he doesn't get dragged. Never mind.
Yeah, he succeeded.
Yeah.
I just want to double check the. Yeah, it'd be the force of basically being shunted into the wall that will be the damage for this, I think, rather than it's just kind of the effects of gravity itself taking hold. Okay.
That's fair.
Gurgle, you have gone to the cannon. Which weapon are you going for?
The laser cannon thing.
The energy beam.
The energy beam, yeah.
All right. I will say, okay, so it's already loaded. All of them are preloaded. So otherwise, it's going to take an action to reload. For this one, it is preloaded. It is a +9 to hit. Who are you aiming for?
+9 to hit. So which ones have been hit? Has orange been hit?
Orange has not been hit.
No. Okay. Cool. In that case, let's do purple.
Purple. All right, go for it. So +9 to hit.
Admiral, permission to fire.
Permission granted.
Oh, you've been kidding you.
Is that a natural 20?
It's a natty, baby! Woo!
Okay,
Nice.
so
Let's go!
that's 6d8 radiant damage doubled.
Nice.
And do we have the chunky crit table available?
I do, yeah.
Thank you.
What are you?
Insane.
Is it going to matter? Is he not just paste at this point? Just a smear on the ground.
Hey, listen, it might be for flavor. Okay, it might be for flavor.
Okay, wait. See, how many?
6d8.
Do you have that many d8s?
Where's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? There we go. All from Valkyrie, by the way.
Valkyries-rpg.co.uk with Tales to Tell.
Okay.
Plugs here at Tales on Tap.
8, 16, 22, 26, 27, 28. Not the best rolls, but 28.
Double to
56.
56.
No.
56.
Yeah. So, with one fire from this energy beam cannon, you see the flesh of this Galactic Empire soldier flay from him, and you see landing, nothing else remaining, a brain.
Oh my god.
Cowabunga, bitch.
Oh shit, wait a minute.
And
D20?
And the D20.
That's bad news.
5.
5 is it blows the blow pierces the foe's kidneys, inflict another 3d4 damage, and the foe is stunned for 1 round.
The foe is stunned for 1 round.
Yep.
Okay.
Brains have kidneys.
And I'm with you on that. Oh shit, Chris.
Yeah.
We all
So-
Why do this? Why do this?
There is no reason to roll this extra damage because what lands as this body is splintered into oblivion is another creature entirely that you have not yet hit, that was safe within the house of its prison.
Nope.
As you see this brain kind of bulge and move slightly as legs pierce the fleshy mass that it is.
I don't like it. I don't
And you
fucking like this
Those of
Baldur's
you
Gate
on
shit.
those of you on the battlefield just hear it as it is let loose. Let me just get rid of this guy.
Oh no. Just checking, can I move Wall of Force onto myself?
I don't think you can.
Purple guy. Purple guy.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's purple guy. They're not all that. What do you mean? Fuck.
Pink guy stays where he is.
No, I know. It's moving the wrong layer. I'm clicking undo, and it's just... It's becoming a mess. Bear with me. You know what? As we've all done our actions, everybody roll initiative.
Cool.
I mean, I'm fine with orange as well. It doesn't matter to me, but
No, you said pink. And pink it should
I
be.
said purple.
Purple.
But
Purple. I know things.
Initiative.
I DM.
Okay.
I haven't DM'd in a long time. Right. Yes. Okay. So, purple guy.
She's got a nat 20 on initiative.
Nice. Okay. This guy here. There. Done it. Yippee! Okay, let me just roll some enemy initiative. Okay. Alright.
I'm just going to knock the music up a tad for those at home.
No problemo.
If it gets too loud, just let us know.
Where are the stats for you? Hello? Oh yeah.
That was cool.
That's cocked. Alright, 25 to 20.
23.
23 for Rory.
T-Rex Bella gets dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for T-Rex Bella.
Dirty 20 for Geo as well.
Which of you has the higher dex?
Definitely Bella.
Yeah, it would be
plus
Bella.
T-Rex versus Geo.
Okay, so Bella and Geo on 20. 15 to 20.
16 for Gurgle.
16 for Gurgle. What is your dex?
+2, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
15 to 10.
It's only me left, love, and I got a 13.
13.
Yeah.
Well, you'd still be in that group.
I know.
What's your dex?
Oh, it's bad. It's really
Like
bad.
-1, isn't it?
It's a 9.
Yeah, cool. All right, good stuff.
I
answers that.
am not dexterous.
Okay, right. So let me just clarify Wall of Force real quick because this is going to be a big play here. So, invisible Wall of Force springs into existence, free floating or resting on a solid surface.
The main bits at the bottom.
Nothing can physically pass through the wall.
Yeah.
It is immune to all damage and can't be dispelled by magic. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing that will destroy
magic
it
can
is
still go on within.
and it
also
can
outside.
and pass through it. It's just physically like
Cool.
he just can't escape that place. I
Amazing.
have
All right,
basically
so you basically held him in place.
Yeah. I've just kept him there.
All right, good stuff. So, top of initiative, we have Rory.
Okay. So Rory is going to leap down the... Is that a staircase in front of him?
Yes.
He's going to leap. He's going to leap down to... Hang on. Hey, snap to center. Come on. Why is it giving me...
It's doing it to me too.
Yeah, it's because the grid of the map isn't fully aligned. Just go with it.
Okay, so he's going to go 30 feet to there.
All right.
He is going to, and as he does, he sort of clicks the gun back in his holster and whips out his arm, his blade arm. And for the first attack against, I have to roll a d6. That's a 2. So on my chronolometer, at the start of your turn, on a 1 to 3, you slow down time, gaining an additional action on your turn and doubling your speed. So my speed is now 80. So for the first attack, I'm going to do a maneuvering attack. First attack with my first action, I'm going to do a maneuvering attack on this guy next to me.
Let's drop my bait. Yep.
In fact, I've got the distance. I can go behind him to get flanking. So I'll actually pop to there. So that's an extra 5 feet. So that was that's 35 so far. Maneuvering attack. That is a 19 plus stuff.
Yes.
19 plus 6. So that's 1d8 for the blade. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 5 radiant damage. So that's 7 slashing damage, 5 radiant damage, and for the maneuver, it's I think another d8.
Yeah.
Is it a d8? I just want to make 100% sure because I haven't played this character in a while. Where the fuck are my maneuvers? There we go. Maneuver attack. Superior dice d8. Yeah. Oh shit! I was just rolling d6s. Sorry. Ignore that. Ignore that damage. So slash attack 3 plus 4 7 again same thing. As 8 points of radiant damage actually.
Okay.
7 plus 8. 15 plus 2 for the maneuver.
Okay, 17.
Okay. Cool. Because that was a new maneuvering attack, he does not get an opportunity attack against me, so I'm going to keep on going. So
Okey-dokey.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an extra 20 feet from that maneuvering attack as well. So I've got 100 feet of movement total.
Nice.
So this guy I'm going to take my second attack of my first action against.
Okay.
That is not great. That's a 10 to hit.
Misses.
Okay, we're going to move on to my second action. I'm going to take another attack against him. This one's going to be a goading strike.
Okay.
That went flying. Landed on the floor in a natural 20 as well, but I'm not going to count it.
It's on the floor.
12 plus, so that's 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay, so again, d8. Goading attack, he has to make a wisdom saving throw. So
he has to make a whiz? Fail, absolutely fail.
Okay, so yeah, he...
disadvantage on anyone other than you.
Yeah, correct. So that was 3 plus 4 on the slash.
7.
7 plus 6 radiant,
Okay, 13.
plus 3 for the superiority die.
16 damage. Nice.
And then I'm gonna keep going. And with my final, I'm gonna run away from this guy and probably take a opportunity attack from him.
You've got mobile, remember?
Oh yes, that's true. So I don't take an opportunity attack from him.
Nope.
And I get to the brain.
To the brain.
And with the brain, I'm going to. Sorry, I need to mark off my. Thingies. I've used 2, so I'm going to make a just a normal attack.
All right, go for it.
Cool. Okay. Mark off my superiority die. I've used 2. Is there anything else I could possibly do? Actually, that's a little bit more fun. We're past. No, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to just take a strike against them. I'm going to use a built for success to get rid of that because that was a 2.
Is that ability checks though, or is it?
It's one attack, ability check, or saving.
Okay, cool.
So that was a 14 to hit.
14 to hit. Will miss.
Okay, fine. So I'm just going to sort of like darting around the battlefield, and I'm just going to land and try and slam my sword arm down on this thing, but it just jumps out of the way.
Yeah.
And then with my last remaining movement, because I think I've got about 20 feet left.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to here.
Okay. Next up is Zarek. Zarek, through this wall of force around him, is going to look.
Hope he has disintegrate.
He's going to look at Apollo. I don't have time for your petty squabbles. I see you've brought what I've been looking for. How generous! I was going to cast Blight on Rory.
Can you do that?
Yes.
No, he can't because of Wall of Force.
No, Dan just said it holds him in place. It doesn't stop physical damage.
No,
Magic
nothing
can
can
pass
physically
through it.
penetrate.
No, physical. Nothing physical
Nothing
can pass
physically
through.
can pass
Spells
through the
can
wall.
go through it.
Because otherwise that's Oscillato's Resilient Sphere.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage and can't be dispelled. So the wall is immune to damage, but spells can pass through it.
So, Rory.
Okay.
As I see him go to do magic counterspell.
At what level?
3.
I should roll me a d20.
Will do. Do I add anything to that? Or is that just a straight
It's
D20?
your spellcasting modifier. I think
Intelligence.
intelligence
Yeah.
modifier.
Intelligence modifier. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Okay, that is 19.
All right, you see kind of the. Let me just double check. You can see. Yeah, you can. Just about. Wait, what's the distance?
Oh yeah, where's
The
this?
wing, the distance.
No,
60
you're
feet.
out of distance.
Shit, I am shit.
You're
Yeah,
out of
okay, never
distance.
mind.
All right. In
Measured.
which case, Rory, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. Constitution. Where's my Constitution? Oh, it's not bad. Constitution saving throw. Here it comes. I'm not going to use that dice, actually. I'm going to use the one I keep getting good roll from.
Oh wait, actually, hang on. Do you class as a construct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you class as a construct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Zarek would know that. Scratch that. It has no effect on.
I was wondering about that.
No. Okay. All right. 2 seconds. Sorry.
I didn't roll great.
Good.
Doesn't matter though. I'm all machine, baby.
Okay. We are going to go for. Does it? I think this is a loophole around it. Is going to move up to this side of the wall. And it's going to cast Thunder Step.
Okay.
I think that's teleportation. He can't physically pass through.
I was just going to
Yeah,
say, I
but
just
he's teleporting.
Google says nothing can pass through the wall
You
of force.
have made this very complicated.
Hold on.
Wait, Google, can you teleport out of the wall of force?
Yeah, Misty
Oh.
Step and other teleportation abilities can ignore a wall of force since it is invisible and does not block line of sight. Teleport does not pass through the space between departure and arrival, depending on where it's cast.
Yeah. So, not giving two fucks about the minions around. I still need to make a Constitution saving throw. It's just going to be a different one this time.
But also, would that physical effect of Thunderstep not remain within the ball as well?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Because my gravity sphere didn't go through it, so with the Thunderstep, the teleportation would hold.
Did.
Go
He just
through
couldn't
it.
physically move forward, and he saved, so he
He
wasn't
didn't take
hitting
damage,
anywhere
did he?
anyway. He did.
Oh, he did. I thought
Yeah.
he didn't. Sorry, that's
No,
not right.
I made him take a damage.
Google says no. I said, can spells pass through wall of force? It says no. Nothing can pass through a wall of force because they don't have a line of effect.
But Google also says teleportation is you can.
Yeah, but I'm
teleport
talking
out.
like physical. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
spell effects. So if you were like shoot a beam of something at someone,
I feel like I'm feeling the next banned spell for campaign 2 is just cropping up.
Wall of force. Every time wall of force is used in any encounter, I hate it.
We apologise for our technical difficulties.
First time we've come across this spell.
I don't know.
Yeah.
what to
So
do
if
now.
someone fired a spell at someone inside a
And
wall of force, the spell
you're
would not
DM.
live in wall of force.
You just make the ruling.
Okay.
Specifically-
So you
know
can
what?
teleport out. It just wouldn't hurt anyone outside of the wall.
Yeah.
Right. Listen. Okay. So Zarek is familiar with this. Is going to instead cast Fast Step, no damage, as a bonus
Yeah.
action. Okay. There we go.
Alright.
We'll work around it. All right. We'll work
Sorry,
around
guys.
it.
This guy's smart.
And is
There we
going
go.
to woof out next to Rory. No, it's going to rump out next to this
Brain.
guy, this brain.
Okay.
Okay, and is then going to use his action to fire out 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast at Rory.
That's me. Hello, me.
First one is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Silvery Barbs.
Bro.
I hate you all.
Apollo is just the anti-GM at this point.
Yeah.
That's okay. That is a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. Okay. There is also an additional. No, not yet. Okay. So that is going to be. Oh, I apologize for those at home.
I don't.
The first one, it is going to be 10 points of force damage.
Bye-bye, attempts.
Second
Ooh.
one, yep, that is going to be a 27 to hit. I'm rolling really well.
Do it.
That is going to be 15
course you are.
points of force damage.
Ooh.
Third one. Yeah, 25 to hit.
Okay.
For less damage, 8 points of force damage. As I need you to make me, as you are on the edge, a dexterity saving throw, because he also has the one that pushes you back.
Repelling blast.
Repelling
You-
blast.
Bitch. Oh, that's fine. What was it, dexterity? 22.
22. Okay, so you are forced back, but your sheer force of will and instinct, you manage to grab hold. You remain on the surface because I don't want you spiraling into the abyss.
Been there,
Not
done
just
that.
yet.
Not just yet. Okay. Then Zarek is it's just gonna remain aware for now. But it is now initiative count 20. I would like
Bloody hell.
I will give Bella advantage on her next attack, by the way, with Silvery Barbs.
with super bobs. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like. We're gonna go through the order you are. I would like Rory to roll me a d20, please.
18.
18. All right. I would like you to roll me a d4.
Oh, no. Oh, a D4. That was a D6. 2.
2. Okay. Noted.
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
All right, Bella, you're up.
Bella is going to do what T-Rex do best, and she's going to come down with her giant jaws and just try and, like, chomp him in half. The guy in front of me.
All right, roll me to hit with the T-Rex. Only in D&D.
That's not bad. That's a 28.
She's those
Not
right.
a nat 20. It's not a nat 20.
Yes, it hits.
Okay.
28? Question mark?
Question mark? Does that maybe hit?
Okay, so that's a 4d12. I'm just going to roll this. Oh, fuck.
This is against
Oh,
Blue.
so that's 5, 11, 2, so that's 7, 11, that's 28. 4, 32 plus 7,
39.
39 points of damage, and he has to give me the grapple check. What strength?
Strength.
It just says, yeah, it just says DC 17.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
As you clamp your jaws into this creature, you hear tendons ripping as the lower portion of this body flops to the ground before the kind of upper torso and head also slump, and you see a slight bit of movement. Slight bit of movement from within.
Oh, okay. If that, then I'm also going to use my multi-attack and spin round and whack it with my tail.
Okay.
So that one wasn't that 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go.
A 30 to hit? Yeah. I think it might hit, you know? I think it might hit.
It's always nice to
Okay.
roll a 30, isn't it?
Lovely to write a. Right, so that's a 6, an 8, and another 8. So that is
16
8.
plus 6.
22.
22 plus 7.
44 plus 7. Oh wait, did you double your dice already?
No, I haven't
So-
doubled my
So
dice.
22 on the dice, 44 plus 7.
Plus 7.
51.
21.
With my
Hey.
tail, that's
Holy
bludgeoning damage.
shit.
If that.
Plus another
Oh
D20.
Oh yeah, so I forgot about the chunky.
We all want to be T-Rexes now.
That's a 16.
A 16.
That's
Yeah.
gotta be good, right?
It's not crack.
Wow, lightning fast shot pops the foe's eye like a grape. Foe is permanently blinded in one eye and can take no actions for 1d4 rounds. So,
Nice.
DMs.
Okay, so it has no eyes, but roll me a d4.
Popped a lobe.
Yeah. Popped a
2.
lobe.
Okay, so it pops its frontal lobe for 2 rounds, so it's unable to move for 2 rounds. It doesn't know who it
Big
is.
headache.
It can take no actions, so it's not about
Yeah.
moving. It can't do a fucking
Oh.
thing for two rounds.
Seeing it erupt from it and me twack it, I'm gonna choose not to move.
Not
Whack!
to move. Alrighty.
Very
Oh,
good.
God. Hold up 2 seconds. Wash, and this guy is
Blue brain
Basically-
on the field.
out for the count for a little bit, so we'll just put a little skull marker there, why don't we? Alright, Bella, is that your powerful
do I-
turn?
Do they get any bonus actions? Let me just
I
double
don't
check.
think so.
What T-Rexes?
Yeah,
They can wiggle their arms a bit.
You
They
can
don't
roar at
get
the end of
any-
your film if you want.
I am going to roar again at it.
Okay, alright. Has no effects on this creature. Next up we have Geo.
We do.
I've moved out of
Right. So just because I would have seen it before Blue and Horny got in front of it, do I know what that brain is?
You would know.
Blue and horny.
You would know an intellect devourer when you saw them.
Well, bollocky bollocks. Okay.
Sorry, Chris. I know you've got intellect devour trauma.
Hey man, I made a character this time that doesn't have a
Doesn't
brain.
have a brain.
I'm fine with this.
Right, I'm going to stay exactly where I am because I want the brains to be far away. Brain. This machine at the end of the thing, it looks arcane in nature, right? Do I see anything particularly? Essentially, I want to see if I can not see like a nexus point, but like a point where all the sort of arcana is being drawn into, or like a moat or a.
I mean, not from this distance, no, because it looks like the energy that's coalescing and heading into it. It seems to be going to like all sides of it. You don't know if there's a focal point where you could target. You're not sure. Just not without getting closer and properly inspecting it.
I don't like anything that's happening. Do you know what? Right, I'm just. It might be a waste of a turn, but I don't have much I can do outside of support. So, sort of looking to the machine in the distance, knowing it's as close as it's going to get without him having to get close to brain things. He's going to raise the staff, and I'm going to try and cast Dispel Magic on it and just see if it does anything. See if it deactivates it. 120 feet.
Okay, alright. Okay, so with the spell magic, you'd still have to roll a check, right? If it's a particular level spell.
Yeah,
similar
so it's
to counter spell.
Yeah. So it says make an ability check using your spell casting DC. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay.
So
The
I don't know what that
DC
means.
Okay, so the DC is the equivalent of 19.
So
Cool.
19.
19 for you, yeah.
But I do add my modifier to that, don't I?
You add your modifier to it, yes.
Okay, that is 20, dirty 20.
Woo!
20 on the nose.
Roll me a d4.
Okay. 1.
1. You have immobilized temporarily this for 1 whole minute. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent.
For a
What
whole
do
minute, you
That
see
was fucking great.
you see the energy unable to kind of penetrate, for lack of a better word, and it is essentially
That's a good word.
scattering off
Perfectly
and
good
being lost into the ether around as the kind of glowing orb of radiant energy begins to kind of sputter and fizzle out slightly and dim somewhat.
But it doesn't look like it's off. It just like it's been
not like
halted for the
off,
time
it
being.
looks like it's been disabled temporarily, yes. But you
Okay.
have some time.
Having done that, he turns to Apollo, just sort of as it like. Well, I've tried my best. I don't know how long that's going to hold, but I've at least turned it off for a time being. If that is one of your exes down there, can you get rid of them, please? It's going to be a little bit tense once they find out about this.
Jealousy doesn't suit you, dear.
I'm not jealous. I won.
Yes,
And
you
that-
did.
And that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right then. Next up, we have. Hang on. What's happened here? Oh yeah, Pink's in space.
Pink in space.
Pink in,
In
space.
space!
Please.
Still in space. You see, he's kind of being warped into this what seems to be this vortex whirlpool beneath, and it's gonna try and make some kind of save to grab onto something, but okay.
So he doesn't
For
fall.
now-
He doesn't fall straight away.
No, so it's basically
Cool.
held in stasis, but it's descending. It's heading into. It's kind of been caught into the gravity of what
Yeah,
seems to be
yeah.
essentially a mini sinkhole.
It's all information.
Okay, righty. Next up is again me. Hang on.
Wait, I'm playing.
Is the orange guy. Okay.
Orange guy.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck orange guy in particular. Okay, so orange guy is going to run over here and is going to. You see him go to hide, like beneath this pile of rubble, but just to that moment, the chaotic kind of movement of space, the rock he was going to hide behind just lifts up and moves away.
Just walks away. No.
Just leaving. But is going to fire at the massive T-Rex.
Fair.
Because it's a massive T-Rex. That is going to be an 18 to hit the T-Rex.
That'll hit the T-Rex.
Hits the T-Rex. Okay, the T-Rex takes 14 points of force damage.
Span snaps his head to him, kind of snarls a bit. But
Alright, second shot. What?
Never mind.
That's not the one you goaded, is it?
Yeah, it's...
It is. That was disadvantage. Hang on, let me just double check. It still hit. It still hit. It was still an actual 16.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So second
T-Rexes
attack.
have shit natural armor, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
It's a massive T-Rex. Okay,
Yeah,
second
with
attack,
400 HP, we're good.
This one with disadvantage as well, yeah.
Yeah, disadvantage is not going to hit. That is a 9.
Okay.
It's not that
That goes wide.
Ooh.
Wildly shooting in terror.
Yeah. Can I use Fate Swap to give Bella an immediate action as soon as she takes damage?
Yes. Go for it.
Nice!
Go for it.
So I don't know how to describe this actually. As a reaction, when a creature you see within... Oh, wait, is she within 30 feet?
I don't think she will be, actually.
Oh, just... Yeah, no, just...
out.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. We'll save that for next time.
But I can do that.
You can do that. That's something I can do
That's
now.
so cool.
That's something I can do.
All right. So Orange just fired 2 shots and is then going to. I mean, it attempted to hide as its bonus action, so can't really do anything. Is going to move towards 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, move towards Zarek. Okay. Next up, we have Gurgle. Still on the ship.
Oh, permission to fire.
Mission granted.
And Gurgle's going to run towards the ballista.
The
What is it that
ballista.
we've got 2 Seeker missiles, 2 ballista, and a beam
Mhm.
cannon.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're missing a
we
trick
have
here.
2
We have an
Seeker
entirely hidden
missiles.
ship.
Oh,
And
well,
none of us went-
fuck it. Fuck the ballista.
Why
I
are-
want a missile.
You want to seek a missile? Okay,
Yeah.
so this is essentially a 4th level magic missile.
Woo!
Okay, so that's
Nice.
5d4 plus 5.
5d4 plus 5. And is it towards one person?
One person. Oh well, I mean you can. It's basically it literally is magic missile. So if you want to scatter it, you can. You can go like. Woo, woof.
That's the sound missiles make.
I could do sound effects.
Oh, good question.
Sorry, I
So
just
blue,
typed the wrong
the
thing.
blue one is it can't do anything, but
Nope.
it's still there.
It's still there, just.
Uh.
It's a bit squishy. Squishy as it was.
I mean, fuck it. Let's go towards the clump of people over there. Let's do
Fuck 'em up.
Fuck 'em up.
Let's go!
let's do the little intellect devourer. All of it on that one.
All on purple.
Apple.
Purple, yeah.
Cool.
Nice,
Oi.
good shout.
Very good shout.
Because I fucking hate intellect devourers.
Yeah, class move that, brother.
Okay. And you said 5d4.
5d4 plus 5.
Amazing. Valkyrie, I love you for supplying us with all of these dice. Damn. Okay, that is 3 plus 4 is 7. 9. 10. 14 plus 5 is
19.
19.
Nicely
That's not
done.
+5 on each missile, is it? That's just +5 in total.
No, +5 in total. Yeah, so it's +1
Yeah,
per
+1
missile.
per.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 19 points of damage to Purple Brain.
Yes.
Nice. I will say, because you're kind of at the weapons kind of deck of the ship, you still have kind of your base move is 30, yeah? So you still have
Yeah.
that 20 feet of movement, and also your bonus action.
Bonus action, I'm gonna spend one charge on my from my suit to grant me myself temporary hit points.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to try and get the fuck out of the ship.
Alrighty. So you just about
basically-
make it to the door.
Amazing. And then I'm gonna yell to Flapjack.
Shoot them down, damn it!
Okay. And you see Flapjack kind of begin to take your position where you just left. Kicking off. Let's get Flapjack on the board, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Well done.
Get the Admiral on the scene.
Yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Next up is
Where it's just
the
vibing in
blue
corner.
brain that cannot do anything.
Nice. So one more round left for that thing now.
Yeah. After
So-
that,
Blue brain,
we
that's
have the purple brain, who is going to. What's the range on this? It doesn't say the range. Not helpful. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I need Bella T-Rex to roll me an intelligence saving throw, please.
B-Rex.
B-Rex.
Nice.
They've got -4. Fuck me.
Ooh.
T-Rex. Tiny brain.
Bad news, bad.
That's a natural 0.
Nice.
Fucking hell.
Wait,
I
a
rolled
natural
4
zero?
No, so dirty 0. I got a 4 and it's a -4.
have inspiration?
no.
Wait, you had advantage on something, didn't you?
On
Oh,
my
you do
attack,
have-
I already used the
I
attack.
used.
Oh,
Did
used
you already
it,
use it?
Yeah, used
Yeah.
it on your
Okay.
attack. Yeah.
Eep.
Do you not have inspiration?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oh.
you take 22 points of damage.
Eep.
Psychic
Okay.
damage. Now,
Okay.
this is where I have a dilemma. Because you have failed the save by 5 or more, therefore your intelligence as a T-Rex is reduced to 0.
Okay.
Oh shit! This happened to me once.
And you are incapacitated.
Yep.
Question then remains, Bella as yourself, because you are fully polymorphed into a T-Rex,
Yeah.
Bella is technically fine. Technically. But you are essentially stuck as a T-Rex.
The dumb T-Rex.
As a
Yeah.
very dumb T-Rex that is currently incapacitated.
Okay.
Damn.
Fuck.
And polymorph's not concentration, is it?
Not when cast by a wand, I don't think.
Hold on, hold on.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
No, it is. Yeah.
Spells. It's concentration.
Roll me a constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
I've used it already.
Fine. No, that's not good. That's not good at all. With its con, yeah. It's 10.
Yeah, it drops,
you took
right?
how much
22.
damage?
Huh?
You took 16 damage, so 10 is the DC that you need to beat.
No,
It was 22 damage, I'm
damage.
sure it was.
22
22
damage.
damage.
22, so it was 11.
So it
you
drops.
beat.
Oh,
Oh,
in that
thank
case,
fuck
I'll
Christ,
use
that's
my
what you
reaction. Because I'm 20 feet from her, right? Or 30 feet from her.
Hey,
Am I not?
hey, Go.
No. Wait,
So
what are you
think
doing?
this through. Otherwise,
am I not?
You're 40 feet from her.
Oh, never mind.
yeah,
I
you're
can't
40
do
feet,
shit.
and also,
We want her to fail.
If she succeeded, she'd be stuck as an incapacitated 0 intelligence T-Rex on the floor.
Oh,
But-
right, yeah.
Fortunately,
I fail. Okay.
Glad you're here
fortunately,
for that.
you fail, and you return as Bella, not incapacitated, but I think because of the effects, you're prone. I'm going to say you're prone.
That's fine.
I am being generous here. You basically gave
Very.
yourself an intellect devour buffer by casting that, okay?
Okay,
So-
thank
Nice.
You are prone on the ground, but the T-Rex absorbed all of the effects
you. Yeah.
on the intellect devourer.
That was a close
Alrighty.
call, Joe.
Oh,
Alrighty, so that was purple. So it's now Apollo.
Excellent. Well, Wall of Force can fuck off. The first thing that starts going.
put it around the brains.
I am going to bonus action. You see the claws come out, the fangs come out from his teeth. You see the mane on his head start to grow, and his feline eyes turn as I shift into my more feline and more feline form,
Nice.
gaining me an
Feline.
additional 10 feet of movement. And I'm going to just move just to there. And then, as my action, I am going to hold up the staff, and I am going to cast Fireball
Fireball.
above
Alrighty.
Zarek and the other dude, please. So they both need to make me dex saves, and with it being
Okay.
the top of my turn again, I do have my reaction back, and I haven't cast a spell as a bonus action, so I'm going to just see what Zarek rolls as his dex save.
Okay, what I want you to do first off is roll me a d4.
Moved.
You want evens.
4.
Chaosy
Yeah,
stuff.
4.
Amazing. So, you get, because of the bolstering magical energy that is currently surrounding you, you get an extra 2 damage die.
Oh! So that would be
Oh.
12 d6.
Fuck 'em up, fuck 'em up, fuck 'em
D6.
up.
Paladin.
Okay.
I'm literally going to be like, just turn to Gio and go, Paladin watches all of us.
Okay,
so-
so Zarek.
What did you say, dear?
Dex save, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just see. Gonna add that. Gonna use the packed boon. Didn't really help. Yeah, that's a 15.
Oh, he fails anyway.
Fails. Okay,
Great. So I
and
don't have to
then
use my
it-
reaction, and then the other
It's
dude as well.
also a fail on the other dude.
Let's go, baby.
First
Burn 'em up.
6 is... Oh, that is really good. So 6, 12, 18, 23, 26, 28 plus... Oh, I just threw that die. We'll roll it again. What did I say?
28.
28, 32, 36, 39, 40, 44 points of fire damage.
Ooh! This individual here is incinerated to a crisp.
Nice.
Yes, he is.
And the brain pops out.
Excellent.
And the brain does pop out, looking a bit
The
scorched,
brain.
a bit dried.
The brain.
Love
Around
that.
for a bit longer. But it is on the
Looks
field,
like a
and
raisin
Zarek
now.
is looking pretty rough. Pretty rough after that. And it's kind of just
Right foot.
And then I'm going to just move back to where I was.
And you see Zarek look up to the sky. I'm ready. And splays out his arms. You see his fingers elongate into tentacle-like pseudopods.
Oh.
His mouth, his jaw splits open as he regurgitates tentacles and shifts his form into that of a mind flayer. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode. Love Tales on tap. Ready for round
I was ready
two.
to unload, baby.
Ready for round 2 in a couple of weeks, which will be the final episode. And we'll also have a little bit of an epilogue, should everybody survive.
If anyone survives.
Holy shit.
But Thank you guys so much for stopping with us. I hope that was okay. Obviously a bit rusty in the DMC, and you guys can't see, but I have an entire whiteboard behind me with kind of like with a map of the Astral Sea where I've been planning everyone's trajectory and everything that's going on. So a bit frazzling to the mind, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we will have our last ever session.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was so good, man.
Right, let me
Don't
just...
forget to save that initiative order.
I've got it. Don't worry,
Somewhere.
I've got it written. Yeah, I've got everything sorted. And
The worst thing about
going.
joining,
Yeah.
ending halfway through a combat is, where was everybody?
Yeah, no, don't worry. I've got it all. I've got it all saved. We're all good.
One second. We are going to raid this evening.
Ooh, who are we going
Who are you
for?
raiding, Dan?
We are going to raid Captain Robert.
Not Admiral?
Nope, just Captain.
Hey!
There we are.
Robert.
That's who we're going to. That's who we're going to raid. So stick around for that, please, people.
Yeah, and also be sure to tune in next Tuesday for the next episode of The Fallen. Things are about to get real. I'm sure.
Everything's getting real around here. man.
Everything's getting real. We are on the final stint of a lot of things right now, but
Exactly that. All right. Well, thanks, guys.
yeah, amazing stuff. We will all see you guys next week, and have a good evening. Thank you for sticking with us. Bye.
Bye.